What's up, YPR? How you guys all doing today? I'm coming at you right now to tell you guys kind of the rest of the story. And what I mean by that is this: is that recently I made a post on our Facebook page, and I made a video talking about what happened in that 4 months. A lot of people know the story. They know I got 17 people in 4 days. Every single one of them quit on me. And ended up having to build my team from randoms and acquaintances over the course of the next 4 months. And it took me 4 months to even hit bronze, all right, and get to the point where I was making my money back. Okay, what people don't know though is kind of what happened in that 4 months, and that's kind of what I want to get out to you and share with you, because a lot of people hear the success stories, they hear that everyone's making this money at such a young age and all this good stuff, but they don't understand the grind that we all had to get, we had to go through to get there. And that's kind of what I want to touch on, guys, because in those 4 months of my life, that was the first time ever that I've ever felt depression, anxiety, all right, and the first time I've ever felt alone. All right, and what I mean by that is that, guys, in my life, I usually I base my wealth in life off of my my relationships, the people I know, and the way I can impact their lives and stuff. But for the first time ever, I felt alone. Because before Vemma, my relationships in college, were all my fraternity brothers and stuff like that. But after I got 17 of them on in 4 days, and they all ended up quitting, they now had a very negative, very pessimistic view on Vemma. So I had to separate myself from them. Okay, so at this point, I didn't have a Vemma family. I didn't have an upline, to really call and, be like, how'd you guys get through this? Because no one had gone through it. The YPR hadn't even started yet. Dean Morton was platinum. He just hit platinum. Now he's at Royal Ambassador right now. So there wasn't these success stories. There wasn't, people that you could go to and ask them how they made it, how they'd get through this. So I felt alone. I didn't have a Vemma family per se. All right, so I remember, one time about like that 4 months into it, about 3.5 months into it actually. I was just sitting down. It was at 2 in the morning. I had crazy insomnia. I could never sleep. And I was just sitting in a park on a swing set. It was a very clear night. All the stars are out and stuff. And I was just reminiscing and looking back on everything that I'd sacrificed. I sacrificed, my almost ties with my family because they didn't believe that it was going to work. I sacrificed ties with all my friends because they didn't believe it was going to work. I sacrificed all my grades. For the first time ever, someone who was on Dean's List, or myself, went to the point where I was just failing, dude. Like, academic probation, horrible. First time ever in my whole life. I sacrificed everything. I was literally on the ramen noodle diet. I had no money to my name. All right, and I didn't put in all this time and effort, and I hadn't seen anything out of it. And for the first time, I thought, is it really worth it, man? I've given up everything, and I have nothing that I can see, right in front of me. And it's crazy because I for the first time in my life, I sat there and, like I said, I felt alone, and I just started crying like a little baby. And it's hard for me to get on here and kind of say that because I don't like showing weakness and like sharing my emotions, but I think it's very important for you guys to understand that we've been through it, we've done it. All right, I started crying like a little baby. And I remember sitting back and like in the swings and like looking up to the sky and praying and being like, God, is this really worth it? Is this really what I'm supposed to do? Is this really what it takes to be successful? Is this really even my vehicle that I'm going to take to be successful? Am I on the right path? God, I just feel so confused. And when I asked that, guys, believe it or not, but it's fact, I saw a shooting star right across the sky, right when I asked it. And right when that happened, my tears of sorrow and pain and anguish turned into tears of joy, of jubilee, of excitement, because I knew right then that this is it. This is, my way. And that's what it does take sometimes. To get what you've never got, you're going to have to do what you've never done. You're going to have to feel emotions and fears that you never even knew existed, and you're going to have to become more. Gabi Kiyosaki says you have to become bigger than your problems. And that's what I've realized, guys. You have to overcome those fears, and they're all mental. Okay, and right there, I realized that it was real. And the next week, I found guys named Jake Stapp and Chase Glass. All right, Jake Stapp and Chase Glass ended up leading me to Alec Frio, Kyle Lokar, Trent Wismer, and bang, they turned into over 1,800 people on my power leg. All right, and then you got on the other side, I went out, and then a week later, I found Jamie Cheerio. Jamie Cheerio, you guys all know, found TK, found everybody over there, and everything blew up on the profit. All right, and that's when this business started growing, and that's when I started to have a real, Vemma family now, and I created that culture. So the reason I'm telling you guys all this is not to get, is not to get pity, is not for you guys to feel bad for me. That's the last thing I want. Trust me. The reason I'm telling you guys this is that if you're feeling pain, if you're asking yourself, is this worth it? If you're asking yourself, did I really make the right decision by making this, be my number one priority, by sacrificing my friends, by doing all that stuff? Is it really worth it? I'm telling you, it is. All right, it is worth it because, there are not a lot of people in the world that actually get to experience the feeling of watching a dream manifest into reality. And I'm telling you, that's what I feel so blessed to have had happen. I remember all this is happening in my head this month. I'm going to hit the rank of ambassador at 21 years old, and I'm so blessed and so humbled, by that. And so thankful by that, and it's crazy because, it was all in my head. 17 months ago, I remember sitting at my desk in my dorm room being like, this is going to happen, dude. There's going to be thousands of people doing this all across the country. They're all going to be looking up to me. They're all going to be, I'm going to teach them how to find success. I can't wait. I can't wait. And I'm going to help them. And by helping them, I'm going to find success. And now that dream is manifested into reality, guys. And I'm telling you, the same thing can happen for you. All right, the same thing will happen to you. All right, but you got to remember that every ambassador started as a member that refused to quit. That's it. It's that simple, guys. All of us, that are quote unquote, the elites and stuff like that, we're the same people that we were when we started. The only difference is that we think differently. All right, we see the world from a different paradigm, a different perspective. All right, and we kind of have a little bit more confidence and belief in what we can do. That's it, guys. So understand that if you're going through struggle, you're going through pain, and you're feeling like you got to make sacrifices. We've all been there, and it will be worth it in the end, guys. You just got to have faith in that end result and know without a shadow of a doubt that it's going to happen, guys. It's going to happen for you. So with that, guys, I hope you guys are all going to go to, the Next Level Leadership Conference on August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. It's going to be a huge event. It's going to be huge. I can't wait to meet a bunch of you guys that I haven't had the chance to meet yet. I love all of you guys, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you guys. So with that, just remember, guys, that every blessing ignored is a curse. All right, every blessing ignored is a curse. When I say that is this, is that if I would have decided to quit that day, if I wouldn't have seen that shooting star, and I would have quit, I would have been asking myself, what if, for the rest of my life, as this YPR movement blew up and I watched it happen. All right, that would have been the curse that sat there and just ate at my heart forever. All right, but because I didn't ignore the blessing of hearing about this when we did, and it's a blessing that you've heard about this when you did, because I didn't ignore that, guys, it turned out to be the blessing that made all my dreams a reality. All right, we have 36 months to become part of the 3%. 97% of the wealth is owned by 3% of the population. The company's going from 100 million to $1 billion in 36 months, guys. Make the decision. 36 months to become part of the 3%. Just don't quit, don't quit, don't quit. Consistent effort, guys, and it's all about the belief. I love you guys all, and I can't wait to be seeing you guys hopefully in August. Take care, guys.